All right, so let's talk about the January 6th conviction.
Sure.
What's the latest on it?
Well, right now it's currently under appeal, Anthony. And the briefs were filed in the appeal I think, probably about a month ago. And the appeal just points to the fact that there was no signage or anything to give me nor others indication that that was a restricted area around the Capitol on the outside of the building. So I think the appeal was extremely well written. I think it points to some facts that the government will not be able to get around. And I'm looking for exoneration in this. I'm looking for this conviction to be overturned and right to be made right, because as I stood before Judge Trevor McFadden at my sentencing, I told him, I regret not testifying at my trial because I could have told you then, as I'll tell you now, I did not know that was a restricted area. I did not know that was an unauthorized zone outside of the Capitol. If I would have known that, Anthony, I'm a respecter of the law, and I would have not risked going to prison. What's going on through January 6th, for anybody that's kind of stood on the sidelines watching it, they know that things are very unjust. They know there was a setup for the deplorables to be taken down, or the MAGA movement, the MAGA cult, or, whatever the latest title that's been given to us. In my opinion, we're just Americans that are going to continue to stand fast. And that's what this appeal is. My defense attorney, my public defender, he told me by his own words, he said, Couy, I'll pay you $1 million if you win on this appeal. There's no way. He said, there's no way you're going to win. And so I told him, I don't care. I'm going to go down and fight, and I'm going to exhaust every legal angle that I possibly can before the dust settles. And this appeal is one of those, Anthony. So I'm praying I win.
Now, let me ask you a question, Couy, because this is going to be one of the things on people's minds all over that's listening
Sure.
and so forth. The area you entered was clearly barricaded. As a matter of fact, there's photographs showing you using a barricade as a sort of ladder stepping up to the stage. How can you rectify that for me? I want to hear how you can put that together.
Sure. Whenever I walked up those steps, whenever I walked up that bike rack, I should say, it looked exactly like that. It was a bike rack that was being used for people to be able to step from one part of the Capitol property to the other side. I didn't know it was a barricade. It wasn't like a big orange barricade part of the structure that had been toppled and I was crawling over it. That was not what it was. And whenever I walked down to the Capitol, there was no fencing up. There was nothing. I didn't see anybody push through any fences. I guess that stuff had already taken place, or maybe they didn't even set anything up on the side that I walked through. But it wasn't like I was climbing over barricades. It wasn't like, I don't know. I mean, pictures in my opinion, pictures can be deceiving. And that picture, you call me, you say automatically that I'm crawling over a barricade, but no, those are bike racks. Those are things that people put their bicycles in around DC. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's my defense, I guess, if I have to give one.
Okay. Have you heard when the appeal is going to be heard?
No. Well, it's going to be orally argued. We're expecting in November, so that would be next month. I'm hoping that it's orally argued, and I will be able to be present in Washington, D.C. for the oral argument. And what people need to realize and understand is this is going to set precedents for many more people other than just me. If I can get this appeal looked at, considered, and overturned, recognize the fact there wasn't any signage up or nothing to indicate to people it was a restricted area, then that's going to provide relief for probably hundreds of thousands of other people that just walked down around outside the Capitol on January 6th. Because whenever you were walking down outside around the Capitol, the fencing, it shows it getting taken down. It shows the police opening the bike racks and letting people in. It's not like there was big 20-foot tall razor-wired barricades up around everywhere. It was little old bike racks that they used to direct traffic with around D.C. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors out there, Anthony, and a lot of deception, and unfortunately the media witch doctors can deliver it very well.
Well, I'm going to shake my beads and rattles one more time at you then, because you said that this could be used as a precedent. Do you think
Yeah.
that fact may sway the appellate court to not overturn? That way they don't have to deal
Yeah.
with all these thousands of other people that were there.
Um, we would hope that that level of work or that level of pressure would not bend the law. The law is the law. And under U.S. code, in order to establish an unauthorized area, you have to have that posted every 20 feet. So that was not done. So therefore, the law was not followed. So who cares what it does outside of that? I mean, yeah, it could set precedents, huge precedents, and it could say, you know what, these people are going to quit getting shut down by the FBI. Their houses are their doors are going to quit getting kicked in, and they're going to quit getting turned in by their neighbors for being in D.C. on January 6th. It's the injustice of January 6th is on a level that it's hard to fathom, in my opinion. So this would provide some relief for that. So that's what I'm praying for, Anthony.
Former County Commissioner Couy Griffin's on the phone with us. Couy, before I let you go, do you have anything else
Sure.
you want to say?
Continue to pray for Israel. You know, my heart breaks for the people over there. I've traveled to Israel. I've been there 5 times. You know, I mean, I've ridden horseback through the old city of Jerusalem. I have a lot of very good friends that live there in Jerusalem and around, and I my heart breaks for them. I pray that since Israel has declared war, that they make full use of that and they establish their borders in a way that they should be. So, but yeah, that's what I guess my last shout out would be: pray for Israel.
All right, former County Commissioner
man.
Couy Griffin, thank you very much, sir.